Yo, quick question. When last did you open your phone and not use an app or website? This morning? Right now? Exactly. Look at this. Instagram. Beautiful, right? Smooth scrolling, perfect colors, and those double tap ads that feel so satisfying. Someone paid to create that. Jumia. That wasn't magic. That was a front-end developer. Netflix. Those movie thumbnails that change when you over them. Front-end magic. Even the video you're watching right now, the play button, the like button turning into red when you smash it, the comment section where you're about to drop fire comments, all front-end development. Here's the crazy part. 3 years ago, a guy in Lagos, let's call him Tunde, was selling data and airtime at a junction in Ikeja. Fast forward, today, he works from his bedroom, builds websites for companies in Canada and UK, and his laptop is his ATM machine. What changed? He learned front-end development. And by the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly what front-end developers do, how they do it, and how you, yes, you watching, can start this journey, even if you don't know what HTML means right now. If you are ready for your life to change, come to the front seat. Let's go. Welcome back to Tech Unleashed. I'm Daniel Makinde. And wow, the response from episode 1 was insane. People asking questions, sharing their dreams, tagging their friends. This is what I'm talking about. We are building something special here. Quick shout out to comment that said, notification button on, let's go. From Afis Abiola. Afis, I see you. That's the energy we need. This episode is for you. Now, if this is your first time here, welcome. Last week, we kicked off this entire series, 11 episodes, breaking down coding and non-coding tech skills. Today is episode 2, and we are diving deep into front-end development. But before we get into this, if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that button right now. We are dropping this episode every week, and you don't want to miss a single one. Turn that notification bell soon and listen. And follow me on all social media as displayed below. Now, let's talk about front-end development. Buckle up, it's going to be exciting. What is front-end development? Okay, let me explain this in the simplest way possible. I mean, so simple. Even your grandma would get it. Imagine you go to Chicken Republic, you walk in, and what do you see? Clean tables, nice chairs, colorful menu board, the cashier counter, beautiful lighting, everything positioned perfectly, right? That's front end. Everything you see and interact with. Now, behind that counter, there is a kitchen, chefs cooking, storage room with ingredients, system processing orders, managers coordinating. You don't see all that, but it's happening. That's the back end. We will talk about that in our next episode. Front-end developers are like interior designers and architects of the digital world. They create everything you see on websites and on apps. The button, the colors, the animations, the layout, everything. When you open Instagram, that beautiful feed, front end. That art that pops up when you like a post, front end. That transition when you swipe to stories, front end magic. When you shop on Jumia, the product images and description, front end. The add to cart button, front end. The add to cart button, front end. The search bar that helps you find what you need, front end. When you use banking apps I've built, everything just works smoothly, feels intuitive, looks professional. That's front end development. Here's the power. Front end developers are the first people users interact with. If your app or website looks ugly, is slow, or confusing, users will delete it immediately, no matter how good the backend is. That's why front end developers are so valuable. They create experience that make people fall in love with products. What do front-end developers do? All right, let's break down what front-end developers do every day. I'm going to make it so simple. One, they build user interface. The stuff you see, think about website, there are buttons, menu, forms, images, text, right? The stuff you see, think about any website. There are buttons, menus, forms, images, text, right? Front-end developers create all this using code. They decide where the button go, what color to use, what happens when you click, how things are arranged on the screen. It's like it's like being an artist, but instead of paintbrushes, you use code. They make things responsive. You know how some website looks perfect on your phone, and when you open them on your laptop, everything is scattered and ugly. That's bad front-end development. Good front-end developers make sure that websites and apps work beautifully on your phone, be it Android or iPhone, your tablets, your laptop, your desktop computers, even your smart TV. Same website adapt perfectly on any screen size. That's key. Number three, they add magic, interactivity. You ever over a button and it changes color? That's front end. Click a menu and it drops down smoothly. Front end. Scroll image and it fades beautifully. Front end magic. That's what separates boring websites from those that make you go, wow, this is smooth. Number four, they make things fast. Nobody likes slow websites. If a site takes more than 3 seconds to load, people will close it and go elsewhere. Front-end developer optimize everything. Compress images so they load faster. Write clean, efficient code. Make sure animations make sure animations don't slow things down. Speed is everything online. Number five, they make sure everyone can use it. This is important. Front-end developers ensure that everyone can use websites, including people with disability, visually impaired people using screen readers, people that can't use a mouse and navigate with keyboard, people with color blindness. Good front-end development designed for everyone. That's powerful. The tools. Now let's talk about the tools front-end developer use. Don't worry, I'll break this down nice and easy. The big three: HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Think of building a website like building a house. Number one, HTML, hypertext markup language, the skeleton. Let's use our body as an example. HTML is like bone of every website. It creates the structure. This is where the heading goes. This is where the images go. This is where the button goes. You know, this is where the form goes. Without HTML, there is no website. That's simple. Example: if you see a sign up text on a website, HTML put it there. Number two, CSS, cascading style sheets, the clothing and makeup. CSS makes things beautiful. It controls color. It controls color. That blue on Facebook. Fonts, the clean text you are reading. Spacing, how far things are from each other. Animations, when things move smoothly. Layout, how things are arranged. HTML gives you the skeleton. CSS makes it gorgeous. Example, that green WhatsApp color, CSS did that. Number three, JavaScript, the brain and muscles. JavaScript makes things work and move. It adds interactivity. What happens when you click? Animations, smooth transitions, dynamic content, things that change without reloading the page. Logic, if you type the wrong password, it tells you. JavaScript brings websites to life. Example, when you type in Google search and suggest results instantly without reloading, JavaScript, the power combo. HTML builds it, CSS styles it, JavaScript makes it interactive. Together, they create magic. But wait, there is more. Modern front-end developers use power tools. React, made by Facebook slash Meta, the king of front-end. React, made by Facebook slash Meta, the king of front end right now, used by Facebook, Instagram, Netflix, Airbnb, makes building complex apps easier and faster. If you learn React, opportunities will flood you. Vue.js, super beginner friendly, used by Alibaba, Xiaomi, GitLab, growing fast and popular. Angular, made by Google, powerful for large complex applications, used by Google, Microsoft, Forbes. Other important tools we have Tailwind CSS, make styling super fast. Git/GitHub for saving your work and collaborating. Figma, where designers curate the designs you build. Don't let this name scare you. 6 months ago, they were foreign to many people who are now building with them. Let me share a real story that shows the power of front-end development. 2 years ago, I was working in a company. Users were frustrated. They complained the app is too slow. They can't find where to pay bills. The app keep crashing. The backend is solid. The server is solid. Database, everything works perfectly. But the front end was the problem. So we brought in an amazing front end developer on the team. Here's what he did. Number one, redesign the entire interface. Number one, redesign the entire interface. Make it cleaner, simple, and more intuitive. Optimize all images. Reduce load time by 70%. Reorganize the navigation. Users could now find everything in 2 clicks max. Added smooth animation. Made the app feel premium. Made it responsive. Work perfectly on old phones and new phones. The results, user rating jumped from 2.3 stars to 4.6 stars in 3 months. Customer complaints dropped by 80%. And guess what? More people start using the app to pay bills, which meant more revenue for the company. That's the power of great front-end development. I can literally transform a failing product into a successful one. The company was so impressed and they gave him a huge bonus and promoted him. It could be your story. Front-end developers are that important. Who should learn this? Now you are wondering, Daniel, is front-end developer for me? Let me tell you who thrives in front-end development. If you have an eye for design, you notice when things look good or bad. You are creative. You love bringing ideas to life. You are detailed oriented. You care about small things being perfect. You love instant results. With front end, you write code and you see it immediately. If you enjoy problem solving, figuring out how to make things work. If you want to build things people use and love, millions of people could use that. Millions of people could use what you create. Here's the beautiful part. You don't need to be a math genius. You don't need to be a computer person from birth. You just need curiosity, willingness to learn, patience. You will make mistake. We all do. Consistency. Practice a little bit every day. I've mentioned people from all backgrounds. A graphic designer a graphic designer who trans a graphic designer who transition to front end, a teacher who learned front end and now works remotely, a banker that is now a front end developer, a guy who was selling phone accessories who now builds e-commerce websites. If they can do it, so can you. Learning the parts. All right, let's get practical. How do you become a front end developer? How do I actually become a front end developer? Here is the roadmap that works. Phase one, learn the basics. 2 to 3 months, start HTML, learn how to structure web pages. Then CSS, learn how to make things beautiful. Practice by building simple websites, a personal portfolio, a landing page, a simple blog. Resources, all free. Free Camp, incredible free curriculum. YouTube, channels like the Net Ninja, Web Dev Simplified. We have W3 schools, very good for beginners. MDN web docs, best documentation. And the phase two is learning JavaScript. 2 to 3 months, understanding programming, learn how you make website interactive, build projects like calculator, to-do list, simple games. Phase three, learn a framework. 3 to 4 months, React is recommended, most in demand right now. Build real projects, weather app, movie search app, e-commerce store. Phase 4, build your portfolio. Create 3 to 5 solid projects. Put them on GitHub. Build a personal website showcasing your work. Total timeline 6 to 12 months to become job ready. I'm going to drop a free resource guide in the description with links to everything you need to start today. Tech Unleashed family. It's time to engage before we wrap up. All you need to do is 3 things right now. Number one, smash the like button if this video gave you value. Upgrading needs to know this content is fire so more people can see it. Drop a comment. Answer this question. What is the first website or app you want to build once you learn front-end development? Be specific. A food delivery app, a portfolio website, an e-commerce store for your business. Tell me in the comments. Most creative answer will get a free 30 minutes consultation call with me where we will map out your front-end learning journey step by step. Number 3, share this video. Listen, front-end development is one of the most accessible paths into tech. You can start learning today with just your phone and data. You can start learning today with just your phone and data. No expensive course needed, just consistency and dedication. You will either be watching another motivational video wishing you had started, or you'll be the person building the apps and websites that millions of people use. The choice is yours, and the time is now. Next episode, episode 3, we are going behind the scenes. I know many of you have watched that movie to explore backend engineering. So we are going behind the scenes. You will discover invisible heroes who build the powerful engines that makes everything works. We are talking database, servers, APIs, the whole 9 yards. You don't want to miss it. Remember, code is poetry written in logic. I'm Daniel Makinde. This is Tech Unleashed. See you in the next episode. Subscribe, follow, comment, share. Your future starts now. Let's